because this is a parallel fifth. Why is it a parallel fifth? Well, it's because our two consonants, this is called a beat-to-beat parallel, meaning the downbeats are parallel fifths. Even though this is a consonant skip, we still think of this as it's passing in some ways. So two downbeats of a perfect fifth in a row are considered parallels. So this would be considered a parallel fifth here. No good. Another error. Now I've got another error in this. See if you can spot it by the time I get to it. I'm going to keep labeling my stuff here. So I've got an A to an A. That's an octave. Oops. There we go. So fifth to an octave. That's two perfect intervals in a row. That's not against the rules, but it's dangerous. I have red flags going off here. The easiest way to fix this would be to change this note. Then you would avoid the parallel fifth and the dangerous thing that is happening here. But let's just keep going. So I have a G to B. That is a third. And I have a G to G. That is an octave. An awful lot of octaves. But these two are not parallel octaves. These are okay. It's a lot of octaves, so it's not great, but these two are okay because they're on the offbeat, the unaccented portion of the measure. And that can be allowed. So that is not a parallel octave in that case. Okay, now we have an F to an A. That'll be a third. An F to a B. Same thing as before, right? I didn't change that. So that's our tritone. We'll call it an augmented four. Oops. Augmented fourth. That's how we label that. And that's okay by itself because it's passing. Step in and step out. That's all right. Now we have an E to a C. So we're going to call that a sixth. E to an E. Call that an octave, because it is. And now I have a D and a D. What did I just make? Right there. From here is an octave, and here is an octave. So those are adjacent. That's it. And that is an adjacent parallel octave. So it's the two intervals right next to each other. That makes one. Also, the note to note makes them, and you skip that in between note, but that in between note does count. The second half of the beat does count when we are right next to two of the same interval. Parallel octaves, no good, right there. However, it gets worse. I think if I did it right. Let's do one more here. B to D is a sixth. And then back to our octave. Do you see the last one? There's one more in here.